And you just listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. It covers all the aspects of various techniques of our journalism.
This was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools to make your academic services was at government college to Delhi. And
go gather, destroy their food. Make cultivated camp and that other camp, some more camp, you don't compensate everybody. But some of them
in its key generation sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. Lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these big lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.
I will get the next presenter. The role of youth in combating climate change and ozone layer depletion. Madame Delphine of ASYOUSED.
Good afternoon. We are presenting the role of youth in combating climate change and ozone layer depletion. First of all, when I was given this topic to do that, I said, let me just say something little about climate change. Because at times we sit and we talk, ozone layer, greenhouse effect, and even though we are intellectuals, but let me say something about climate change. Well, from the introduction, climate change is a global phenomenon that is affecting the world today. And it occurs everywhere in the world. We see it, but we don't know that it's something that has happened before. Climate change is a significant effect on the weather parameters that is affecting us today. And when we observe these things, we do not know how it comes about, but from the little activities that we do tend to contribute to climate change. Okay, I started by climate change is any long significant change noticed in a given region through our records or observations from the weather parameters. What do we mean by the weather parameters? That's the months of sunshine or rainfall. We have how the different seasons last. Like now, we have rains in September. We're expecting this kind of rains in July or August. And also temperatures, so they vary, cooling or the warming within a certain period, the wind, type of rain. Then the causes of climate change. The main cause of climate change is global warming, and this is due to natural factors and human activities too. You see, I've mentioned them there. Natural factors, we have volcanicity, earth movements, and thunderstorms. Then for human activity, my colleague has already elaborated on all that: deforestation, agriculture, livestock breeding, and the rest. Then the effects of climate change. It has been mentioned before, we have the heavy rains, which leads to flooding in most areas. Then we also have increase in temperatures, because there are some people that when temperatures are too high, it even kills some people. They just have heart attack and kill. Then also we have sorry for that. Even though I didn't write, it's something I didn't. Right now I cannot say it where you can go and get that.
Okay.
Then you have agriculture and food production. Then when the sea levels to increase, we have flooding in other areas, and it leads to loss of life too. Then the mitigating action for climate change. What I had in mind is that the first thing action to take is for us to be informed. We should not be ignorant about what is happening. We need to be informed, and we can only so that we could take meaningful decisions and change our attitudes if we have the significant information of what is climate change. Then how are the youth involved in this, in combating climate change and ozone layer depletion? Youth needs to be educated and sensitized. First of all, when I saw this, I asked myself, who is a youth? I know in Cameroon, the youth, it ranges from 15 years to 35 years. I know that so many of us in this hall now, we are youths. So many. The percentage of the population here, we are youths. And education, that they should be educated. It means it's a learning something. Sensitization, we should come now. When we talk about sensitization, it's just creating awareness. Maybe if we go to our parents, the old people, you can sensitize them on that. But for the youth, we need to be educated. We have to be informed. We have to know what climate change, ozone layer is all about. Then the main objective for the youth to get involved in combating this climate change and ozone layer depletion is to enable them adopt environmentally friendly habits that will protect and conserve biodiversity and help climate change. Firstly, the youth, we need to be well informed of what is happening to the environment. Then secondly, we have to participate and also put these habits into practice. Participation, what do I mean by that? I am a youth. Right now I am participating in this conference. So let's learn how to participate. And we should put it in practice. I want to give an example. When you go to the market, instead of getting so many plastic things, you buy these, you put in this one, you can just get one market bag, the sacks and motors as we commonly call it. You get all your food stuff inside, you take home. You can keep it, you wash the bag, you dry. You can use it again when you are going back. Now you are reducing the number of plastics you take. How many bags? Yes, it's 150 francs. You just always get the bag anytime I get to work. But when you come out with those things in your house, what do you do with them? How do you dispose of them? First of all, I gave an example down for sustainable management of natural resources. You do snail domestication. Instead of going to the forest and hunting animals all the time for your protein consumption, you could practice this, or you turn to other sources of protein to eat. Then for proper waste management, reducing, that's getting a market bag, you can use it for 2 months before buying another one. Then recycling, you could recycle these exercise books into newspapers, you can recycle newspapers into toilet rolls. Right now, we do not have a big company in Cameroon that is doing that. Then to reuse, just like the arrow cube, we call that arrow cube for waste management. So reuse now, you can consume your bottle of the most of Coca-Cola. You take the bottle, you can put that, you could get red oil or granola oil inside. But you can even still use these containers to fetch water inside and store in your houses. Then also your margarine containers, you could also put and you put your spices inside instead of just throwing them around to litter the place. From this reuse, I just have to talk about plastic management of plastic waste. We do not know what we do, because what plastic does to that's for the soil, it really destroys the soil. When you burn, it's a problem. You dump it, it's still another problem. But thanks to Isaka, who helps us to collect all these waste, even though they are not managing it for now. But it's better we reduce the amount of plastics we have in our homes. Then to conclude, if we adopt these environmental friendly habits, then we'll contribute in maintaining this natural environment in its purest form. The use of natural resources for our needs should be done sustainably and not be seen only as a source of generating money without considering now and in the future. Thank you.
That's in Arrey Island.
Thank you very much.
And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Covers all the aspects of various techniques of our journalism.
This was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at the government college, Ujeli.
Go gather, destroy their food. Cultivated camp. And that other camp, some of camp, don't compensate everybody. But some of them,
in its key generation sometimes. Today our program can be in the style of JP Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his poem Akmo Dancer.
Some lives are meaningful. Some are empty. Lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. After some of these earthly adventures and more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.